Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host with the biggest nose, JZ Courtside, coming at y'all today on Wednesday, April 15th. I gotta warn everybody, it's very hot in my room. So if you see some sweat streaming down my forehead, just pretend it's not there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome on in. Welcome back. NBA playoffs are here, man. I know that was just the play-in games, but my God, was that playoff intensity. If you watch those games, hell, even if you watch those games back on YouTube or League Pass, wherever you can watch these games back, you know exactly what I'm referring to here. Like, those games last night were straight up real playoff intensity. And if you missed it, I feel bad for you. Go watch it back. Go watch it back. So in case you guys don't know already, we are going to be breaking down the Charlotte Hornets Miami Heat game, as well as the Portland Trailblazers Phoenix Suns game. And we will also end the podcast off, of course, with Stud of the Night. And we will be discussing my predictions and the outcomes of the Orlando Magic versus the Philadelphia 76ers, as well as the Los Angeles Clippers and Golden State Warriors. So be sure to stick around till the very end of today's episode. Podcast listeners, be sure to leave a 5-star rating and review. TikTok, YouTube, be sure to drop some likes, follow, subs, all that jazz. Twitch chat, all y'all got to do. Easiest job in the world. Y'all know we do this Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Y'all got the easiest job in the whole entire world. Sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, an energy drink, and enjoy the show. Guys, y'all already know we got to start off. What a game. What a game. Charlotte Hornets move on to their next play-in game and eliminate the Miami Heat. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, when I was watching this game, my fiance was watching with me, right? Artie was watching with me. And that was the first time in a long time where even Artie was getting up and reacting to the stuff that was happening. I think the last time I remember Artie in a non-Pistons game to sit up was Tyrese Halliburton, Aaron Nesmith, and the Indiana Pacers coming back and beating the New York Knicks in that one legendary game where Hallie hit that game, that shot that forced it into. That was the last time my fiance reacted that crazy to a non-Pistons game. And last night, honestly, I'll remember this game for a long time, and I would like to apologize to Adam Silver. I'd like to apologize to my community, to all my viewers, to the entire audience. Last podcast yesterday, I said, you know what? I think I'm good off these play-in games. I think I'm good. You know, it was cool. It was all right. But the only thing I remember from the play-in is DeMar DeRozan's daughter screaming when the opposing team was at the free throw line. That's the biggest moment of the play-in history so far. That's all I remembered. But this game, hell, both of these games, I'm going to be remembering for a long time. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, we got to talk about rookie Con Knips absolutely stinking it up last night. He had 6 points on 2 for 12 shooting, and he was 0 for 6 from 3 in 34 minutes. Bad game from Con Knipple, and I called it yesterday. I said, and I quote, he hit his rookie wall at the worst possible moment into the season. The worst one. This is the worst case scenario for Con Knips. He could have hit this wall in March, in February, in January, and December. The fact that he's hitting it right now, it's not that the lights are too bright, because they are, but he hit his wall. And every rookie, it happens to every rookie, every single rookie ever in NBA history, they all hit this rookie wall. It's inevitable. And, well, Con is in the middle of this wall right now. So it's unfortunate, but it's happening. And you know what? They sat Con Knipple, I believe, for the final 6 minutes of the fourth quarter and the entire overtime. So he was on the bench for the final 20 minutes of game time. That's a big ballsy move from Charles Lee, the head coach of the Hornets. That's a very ballsy move. Now, of course, the talk of the town right now is about the quote-unquote dirty play from LaMelo Ball. For you non-podcast listeners, you visual watchers, I am showing the clip right now. Basically, Bam Adebayo had to exit the game and did not return due to him falling here on this rebound. And LaMelo grabs his ankle right here and sort of shifts it forward, and Bam collapses. He lands on his tailbone. He was out for the entire game. Now, a lot of people are saying that it was BS. They should have reviewed it. And honestly, I can't believe they didn't review it. I cannot believe, like, you could say it was an accident, but the fact that they didn't review this is somewhat asinine. That's crazy. That's crazy, especially because when I found this angle, I said, oh, okay, that is sort of intentional. I think LaMelo Ball knew what he was doing. I don't think this was accidental. He's apologizing to Bam Adebayo because apologizing admits guilt. So if he's apologizing for it, that means he knows he's guilty for it. Anyways, the Miami Heat, low-key, I think Bam Adebayo coming out was sort of a blessing in disguise because, ladies and gentlemen, I got to be honest, Khalil Ware finally getting the shackles unlocked, and allowing to cook. Khalil Ware played 42 minutes last night, 12 points, 19 rebounds. Incredible. Tyler Hero might have just played his final game in the Miami Heat. Yeah, I think, bro, this game was unbelievable. This game, if you guys missed this game, I highly recommend to go watch it. We got to talk about so many different storylines. Like, we have to, dude. We have to. The end of this game was unbelievable. I think we all pretty much thought the Miami Heat were going to win. We all thought the Miami Heat were going to win. And then Hornets just start hitting their threes. Miami is in a zone for some stupid reason. You know what? I got to say it. Eric Spoelstra lost them this game, man. He was crying in the post game about how they didn't review it, how it was a dirty foul that LaMelo caused and all of that. But Eric Spoelstra lost them this game, man. They lost them this game. I don't know what the plan was. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are up 1 point and you are on defense, why do you take out your center who has 5 blocks? Why? Why do you take your center out of the game when you are on defense and your center has 5 blocks? LaMelo goes for a layup. It's good. There was a technical foul, a technical difficulty, which is why none of us saw this. But in that exact play, why do you take Khalil Ware out? It makes no sense. And then, of course, LaMelo Ball gets an open layup. That's all that happens. That's bad coaching. And then on top of that, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. These are professional athletes. Zone defense, I learned it in middle school. Everyone knows that when you play zone defense, you're supposed to just use it in spurts. Just in tiny spurts, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, maybe 4 plays max, and then you switch back to man. He stayed in that zone. And of course, once you're up against that zone for 10 minutes of game time, it's sort of easy to exploit it. Corner 3, open. Corner 3, open. Corner 3, open. Backdoor cut, open. These are the 2 biggest things you give up when you're in a zone. A corner 3 or a backdoor cut. And the Hornets were getting all of it. Now, on top of that, let's talk about the Kobe White shot. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Kobe White with that crazy shot. A lot of people were saying, why the hell did he shoot it with that much time remaining? The Heat were going to foul. Eric Spoelstra is a big guy when it comes to fouling up 3. He was going to foul. Kobe White saved the Charlotte Hornets season. That's the guy you traded for. Unbelievable shot. Unbelievable play. Unbelievable finish to the regulation. Tyler Hero had a chance to win the game, and Tyler Hero missed. Overtime. We go into overtime, and again, but now it's the opposite. It looks like the Hornets are going to run away with this game, just as the Miami Heat looked like they were running away with the game in regulation. The Hornets are up by like 6 or 7 at this point. I said the thing, sorry. And Miami Heat, they claw back. LaMelo Ball jacks up yet another 3 to be his, what number was that? His 14th missed three. Damn, I got to update that command. 14th missed three. They go on the other end. They score. LaMelo Ball turns the ball over from Davion Mitchell's pressure. Tyler Hero drives the ball, catches it in the corner, shoots a three, misses, but he's fouled by LaMelo Ball. So LaMelo Ball with 2-3 massive F-ups. Massive F-ups at the end of this game. The Miami Heat take the lead by 1. And, well, LaMelo Ball does something that he didn't do all game until the very end. He took it to the hoop, passed Jaime Jaquez up, and honestly, with all due respect to Jaime Jaquez, he was not expecting him to drive. He wasn't. But LaMelo drove to the hoop, might have walked, got the bucket. I thought Miami had a timeout. Can we take a timeout real quick ourselves and talk about Amazon Prime's broadcast last night? I have a couple things that I got to talk about. One of them has been going on all season long, and I need to share it with you guys, okay? I don't know how many games your team has had on Prime, but we got to talk about this real quick. Forget the technical difficulty. Let's talk about how we can hear the net, the rim, and the crowd before we hear what actually happens from the commentators. Because I know if it's a make or miss before Kevin Harlan or whoever the commentator was, and they say, good, it's completely off, dude. I'm getting this shit spoiled every time I'm watching on Prime, bro. They will shoot a three, and I will see the crowd jump up. I hear it all too soon. Everything is delayed. This has been going on all season, ladies and gentlemen. This has been going on all season. This isn't just one game. You'll hear the net, you'll hear the crowd, but then you won't see the crowd jump up for a second. Whatever this is, whether it's latency or whatever, they got to fix this, because aside from that, in my opinion, Prime has been some of the best broadcasters in the entire season. They have. I'm not going to be a hater. It's been the best. And then I would like to point out the Portland Trailblazers, the Phoenix Suns game. TikTok already beat me to this comment. That was reversed. You were hearing the commentators early, and you were hearing the crowd and rim and net late. So they tried fixing it. At least they're aware of it. But here we are, and we have audio issues in the play-in. We got to fix that going into the playoffs, because I hate watching and I hate seeing the audio delayed. I thought my shit was bugging as well. Seems like everybody did. I don't like that. Now, of course, let's get to the main issue while we're still in this timeout. Did anybody else watching this game think Miami had a timeout at the end of it? I thought they had a timeout. Chat, why did you guys think they had a timeout? Well, that's because in the score bug, Prime had a timeout for Miami. Go watch it back. In case you guys think I'm lying, go watch it back. The final play of the game, after LaMelo hit the game-winning free throw and Davion Mitchell was bringing the ball down the court, I was screaming, timeout, 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 timeout. Because on the score bug, it showed that they had a timeout. And then the commentator, when there was a second left, said they are out of timeouts. I'm like, no, what? They're out. It says they have a timeout right there. So I was thinking that the Miami Heat just sold and didn't call a timeout. I thought they had one, but they were out. Amazon Prime still had a timeout up. So those two things, my biggest issues of last night. But hell, we haven't even talked about the technical difficulty screen. We haven't talked about it. Literally in the peak of this game, at the climax, we got a technical difficulties, and we all missed LaMelo getting a layup. We missed that as well because Amazon Prime went down. I think their servers got overloaded. I think they didn't expect that many viewers, and it got overloaded, and that's what happened. So we missed that as well. Prime needs to get their shit together, bro, because that was embarrassing. I hate the fact that the audio is delayed. I thought Miami had a timeout. Another issue there. Too many issues from Prime. They got to lock in, bro, because overall, I have been enjoying Amazon Prime more than I've been enjoying the cock. Genuinely. And you guys know I love cock. You guys know that. But Prime, they just need to figure out their audio issues because it's aggravating. It's very aggravating. All right, let's come out of our timeout real quick. PH5R And Katie, thank you guys so much for the follows on Twitch. I appreciate y'all very, very much. Shout out to everybody that's leaving the TikTok and joining the better viewing experience and coming through to the Twitch stream. I appreciate y'all very, very much. I see a bunch of people saying pause and whoa, and what do you mean by that? I said what I said. Let's continue with the end of this game. They missed. Davion Mitchell got blocked by Miles Bridges. It was incredible. And then they lost. The Miami Heat were eliminated. And the reason I'm spending so much time on this game is because what this game really showed me, okay? What it showed me was I was right. Neither team was going to be playing defense whatsoever. They weren't going to be playing defense whatsoever, and they didn't until the very last second, right? And what this tells me right here is, first and foremost, Miami Heat fans, are you out there? Do I have any Heat fans in the crowd right now? Because this is a safe space. I need you guys to understand. I'm so happy you guys lost. And I don't mean that to be an asshole. This is your first lottery pick in 7 years. First lottery pick in 7 years. You guys need this. Okay? I needed you guys to lose. You guys need this. Your team, you needed your team to lose. Because had they won the play-in, had they made it out of both play-ins, let's say they took a game or two off the Pistons, I think they would do less for your team had that happened versus now where you get eliminated in the first game of the play-in. Miami Heat fans, rejoice. This is the best case scenario. I think you guys are going to be very happy with what happens this offseason. Hopefully, Tyler Hero, you can get off that contract. Hopefully, you're in the Giannis sweepstakes. I know you're probably going to end up with Ja Morant, but it's fine. Just reset. You guys need a break, and maybe you get lucky. Maybe you get a Dallas Mavericks pick from last summer, and maybe you can get DeBonce or Peterson or Boozer or Acuff or somebody, man. Hopefully, you guys can get something. This is the best case scenario. This is the best case scenario. So, Heat fans, stay up, man. I promise. I know it sucks. And I know Heat fans, it's hard to say, like, I want us to lose. But you don't actually want them to lose. If you are a true fan of your basketball team, you don't want them to lose. It's just like tanking. Like, when you're watching your team tank or watching your team and you want them to lose, you don't really want that. So when it happens and you're like, damn, I still feel bad. It's like, yeah, you're a real fan. You don't want to lose. So I understand it's hard, but at least the next morning you can wake up and say, you know what? At least now I can watch the playoff basketball and not have any stakes. So my Heat fans, sit back, enjoy the show, enjoy basketball, enjoy the playoffs. You guys don't have a dog in a fight. Enjoy that, man. And think about it. You guys got a lottery pick for the first time in 7 years. First time in this decade, you have a lottery pick. Now let's talk about the other side with the Charlotte Hornets. They got it done, barely. This is why I've been preaching. And you know what? Today's podcast would have started very differently had the Hornets lost, but they won. So that's why I had to talk about the Miami Heat there. LaMelo Ball emptied the clip. He shot 12 for 31. The worst part is he shot 2 for 16 from deep. Con Knippel was 0 for 6 from deep. Without Miles Bridges' heroics, I don't think they win this game. He finished with 28 points, 9 rebounds, some big buckets at the end of the game as well. 5 for 10 from deep. Brandon Miller, if he failed the eye test last night, I'm not going to lie. I thought Brandon Miller was hooping, like ridiculously hooping, because he failed the eye test. He did. 9 for 17. I thought honestly, watching this game, it didn't feel like B. Mill missed a shot all night. Didn't feel like it. And I know he was in foul trouble. Absolutely, I know that. But it didn't feel like he was missing any shots. Diabate, dog. The only issue with Diabate is he can't defend guys who are slightly larger than him. And that's the main reason why I have, if the Hornets make it, if the Hornets can beat the Magic or 76ers, that is why I have the Pistons beating them in a swift 4 or 5 games. They have no interior defense. They have no interior defense. And LaMelo Ball is going to shoot you out of games. I still don't see him playing playoff basketball. He hit a clutch shot, but that was after 5 misfortunes right before. Shout out Kobe White, man. I got to give him a massive shout out, dude. I got to give him a massive shout out. Without Kobe White, This isn't happening. This is not happening. This is not happening. Colin Sexton was not going to do this for you in the play-in. Kobe White, absolutely incredible game, absolutely incredible stretch of the season, absolutely incredible shot to send this game into overtime. I literally leapt out of bed and screamed. Like, I felt like I hit that shot. I was rooting for the Hornets. I'm happy to see them win that game. And man, it's an incredible feeling. Hornets fans, enjoy this. Enjoy this. I know I'm seeing a lot of people say that the Hornets are going to beat the Pistons, and I'm not taking any stock in that whatsoever because it's the Pistons. I'm sorry, that's not happening. They have no interior defense. They live and die by the three. I've never truly seen a team that can't win a basketball game without spamming three after three after three. They attempted 56 3-pointers last night. 56 3-point. 56, bro. 56 threes. I'm not going to tear this team down after a win, so I'm very happy for the Charlotte Hornets fans. All I have to say is be careful what you wish for and enjoy playoff basketball. That's all I want to say. They took 56 threes, bro. 56. LaMelo Ball, 2 for 16 from deep. Colin Knueppel, 0 for 6. I'd like to give a couple shout-outs to the homies that left the TikTok and came through to the Twitch stream. Lil Trash Can and King Aiden, thank you guys so much for the follows on Twitch. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, shout out to everybody that's leaving the TikTok and coming through to the Twitch to enjoy the much better viewing experience. Be sure to join the Discord as well, guys. I'm seeing people say they can take the Pistons to 7, and I absolutely disagree. This team is quite literally live or die by the 3. That's it. That's it. They have no other offensive scheme. I disagree. And people are telling me that this is my favorite comment. The Pistons struggle in the playoffs. They don't. Their game literally thrives in the playoffs. So we'll see. We'll see. Listen, I'm not going to argue with Hornets fans. I know you guys are really up. I know people hate the Pistons. People think that the playoffs, the Pistons are an illegitimate team. You know what? Listen, this is not a playoff. The Pistons should not be talked about. The Pistons should not be talked about in this podcast. But you know what? I guess I'm going to just squeeze an extra second for this because this is one of my favorite clips that I found from 22 years ago.
Time to be on the hot seat now. Predictions, who wins how many games?
Lakers in 4, Pistons can't score.
In 4?
In 4.
Sweep.
Sweep.
That's cruel.
Yeah.
Jim?
Blame it on Shaq.
I'm going to give the Pistons 2 games on the win side. I'll go with the Lakers, though, in 6.
I'm going to go. I agree with Jim. I think they could win 2 games in this series. If they have any chance of winning the series, they have to win one of those games in L.A. because you know the Lakers are winning at least one in Detroit.
And if they don't win game 3, it's over, right?
Absolutely.
Fred, you just don't see them in any instance scoring
I don't
points?
see the Pistons having the offensive firepower to score.
Well, that's what they're saying right now, because if you check out on Get Up,
Hornets win tonight.
Yeah.
They are going to give the Pistons a real series.
Flashback.
They are going to be a dangerous team. The Hornets were the hottest team in the NBA
Flashback.
in the second half. Do you realize this year that the Charlotte Hornets beat their opponents by an average of 18.2 points per game, the largest margin of victory in NBA history.
History.
Season.
What do you think of this, Sean?
I love that.
Hornets.
I'm so happy that you said that.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to matchups, Detroit plays defense. You know what I mean? And I don't think that LaMelo Ball is going to be turning down layups and running to the three-point line and shooting fall-away threes. Like, when we played, when we know there's a guy that can shoot, we take that away from him. It's great that he had, like, Colin Knueppel, you had a great season shooting the ball. You're going to shoot it well.
He's not buying.
You're going to continue to shoot it well. You ain't shooting it like that when people not letting you. You need the ball to shoot it.
Keep in mind, though, if the Hornets do win tonight, they still got to beat the
win one more game.
Yeah, they got one more.
They got to get that.
he doesn't know that. This guy doesn't know that. This guy doesn't know that.
If they get there,
I just don't like the matchup.
All right, we're going to create that.
So, in case you guys couldn't tell, the first clip was from the 2004 NBA Finals. The Pistons couldn't score, so they lose in 4. That's what they said. The Pistons ended up winning in 5 games in the finals. And then, of course, the narratives changed after the Pistons beat them. It changed to, oh, they were old, they were washed, Kobe and Shaq hated each other. That's when it changed. Okay, so they always move the goalpost when it's about the Detroit Pistons. And you know what? I don't need to defend this team because all the statistics, all the metrics, everything points to the Pistons absolutely dominating this team. Yeah, I mean, when you have the best defender in the NBA on the perimeter, that helps with Asar Thompson. And yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun. Now, as far as the Hornets go, man, I'm super happy for him. I'm super, super happy for him. Enjoy this moment, Hornets fans. I hope they can make it to the 8th seed because I would love to just drive to Charlotte and watch my Pistons play. I did it before. I'll do it again for both these playoff games, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I am excited. And I understand the whole spiel about, I understand all of these spiels. I understand all the comments. I don't need to really concern myself. All I know is in the last 80 attempts, not 90, in the last 80 attempts, Con Knippel is shooting 28% from 3. That rookie wall is hitting hard, man. Okay, let me give a couple shout outs before we move on to our next game, because we've been talking about this game for a long time. K/, King Aiden, Lil Trash Can, and Will Gets Buckets. Thank you all so much for the big follows on Twitch. I appreciate y'all very, very much. Remember, we do these shows Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. And if you guys want to talk to me about non-basketball or just talk to me in general, we do go live on Twitch at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, where we chill and talk for 30 minutes before the podcast begins, and then for a few minutes after the podcast as well. Be sure to join the Discord. That's ! Discord in the Twitch stream. The link is right there. If you join the Discord, go to the Rolls channel and react to your team that you support so that we know what team you're a fan of. And Lil Bashi, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. Enjoy the ad-free viewing experience, my friend. I appreciate you very, very much. Remember, guys, if you watch 3 Twitch streams in a row, that's 3 Twitch streams in a row, I will reach into my pocket and gift you a $5 subscription. Okay? So you no longer get ads on Twitch. That's a big incentive. If you watch 3 Twitch streams in a row, I will gift you a $5 subscription so you no longer get ads. That's only for new viewers, just so we're all clear here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to our next game. And this game was incredible. What a watch. Ladies and gentlemen, the Portland Trail Blazers come back and survive in the clutch against the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix. Unbelievable. Let's talk about this game. First and foremost, I can tell that was a lot of people's first time watching Deni Avdija. I can tell that was a lot of people's first time. Based off of the comments I see on my Discord, based on the comments I see on TikTok, based on the comments I see on Twitter, too many social media start with T, by the way. I can tell that was a lot of people's first games watching. And let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about the Blazers first, all right? The Blazers scored 4 points in a 9-minute stretch in the second half. I got to repeat myself one more time. The Blazers scored 4 points in a 9-minute stretch in the second half of this game. The Phoenix Suns went on like a 30-5 run. Phoenix basically had this game. I need you guys to do me a huge favor. I need you guys to go ahead and rewatch this game if you missed it. Rewatch this game if you missed it. And just watch the momentum shift. When there's about 6 minutes left in the game, 6 minutes left in the game, it basically looked like the Phoenix Suns were running away with it. Watch this game back. It looked like they were running away with it. And then all of a sudden, bucket. Deni Avdija, bucket. Deni Avdija finding Jeremy Grant in the corner, bucket. Drew Holiday finding Jeremy Grant in the corner, bucket. Deni Avdija driving to the hoop, bucket and 1. And they had no answer. What an absolutely incredible game. Deni Avdija had 13 free throws, 13 of them. 13, but he finished with 41 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 5 turnovers. And I got to be honest, my box score watchers must be very, very shocked that the Trailblazers won this game, because if you look at the production and the lack of efficiency from almost all the Blazers players, you really question how the hell they won this game. Toumani Camara, their extended player, 3 for 9. Donovan Clingan, arguably the worst offensive game I've seen from him all season. 1 for 6, 0 for 3 from deep. Scoot Henderson, 3 for 6. Jeremy Grant, 5 for 12, hit some huge threes at the end of this game. Robert Williams, 1 for 6. Matisse Thybulle, 1 for 2. But man, oh man, did they get the help they needed from Drew Holiday, Jeremy Grant, and Shaedon Sharpe. They just got just enough help. And I got to give a massive shout out to Drew Holiday. I think he had like 11 in the first quarter, maybe 13. Drew Holiday was hooping. Turn back the clock, he was going crazy. He was going crazy. Whether it was facilitating, whether it was scoring, he was everywhere. Incredible defense as well in year 17. And now for everybody saying free Booker, right? I'll talk about them later. I got to stay on talking about the Blazers for a quick second. Beluba and the Observer, thank you guys so much for coming through to the Twitch stream from the TikTok. I appreciate you gentlemen very, very much. Shout out to you guys for leaving the TikTok and coming through to the Twitch. Be sure to join the Discord, fellas. I appreciate y'all, man. We do this Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Incredible game. Incredible game. And I got to be honest, guys, watching Denny Avdia do what he was doing, man, regardless, you got to just put real life politics to the side and just enjoy this guy play basketball, because this dude's handles are tight. This dude's jumper was falling as far as his mid-ranger goes. He's got the layup package of a G. He was incredible. He was incredible. And on the other side, so this before I move on, the Blazers move on and they verse the San Antonio Spurs in the first round. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the Portland Trailblazers did beat the Spurs in a game this season. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I'm remembering this correctly. I feel like they did beat them in a game in the regular season. I think they did early on. But I think we all agree the Suns had a better chance, I believe, in a 7-game series against the Spurs. So, hey, man, I think this is a great leap for the Portland Trailblazers. A lot of people forget how bad they were last year and the year before. I think this is a tremendous leap. I think they got some great young players. I'm really, really excited to see what the Portland Trailblazers can turn into in a year or two, with Donovan Clingan improving more, with Denny Avdia improving more. I mean, obviously, Damian Lillard isn't going to hurt this team, I don't think. He should come back and improve this team. I thought it was a great game played by them, man. I thought it was a great game. The only issue is, and that I think is a pretty obvious issue, is that Denny Avdia isn't getting these buckets in the paint. Not against Wembanyama. It's not happening. It's not happening. Wemby forces you to take the most uncomfortable shots that you're not comfortable taking. That's not going to happen against Wembanyama. So I hope you enjoyed doing it against Isaac. What's his name? Isaac Ogodoro or Oso Ighodoro. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. Let's talk about the Phoenix Suns side, man. This was not pretty. They should have won the game. Okay, so I am right. The Blazers did beat the Spurs in this season, but they were without Vassell and Wemby. Thank you. Great comms. Great comms. Thank you, Kenny, in the Twitch stream. I appreciate you very much. Let's talk about the Suns real quick, man. Ugly. They had the game. And then they just lost it. They had the game and they lost it. Man, oh man. Devin Booker had 13 free throws as well. So I don't want Suns fans saying that, they got robbed and, free throws and whatnot. I think we can all agree this is the worst year of Devin Booker's career in a long time. Can we agree to that, ladies and gents? I think this is the worst individual season he's ever had. 1, he struggled with health. 2, his field goal percentage dipped on both ends. Field goal percentage dropped to 45%. And his three-point percentage dropped to 33%. Not good. Blazers and the Suns have been injured all year. Devin Booker in the late game situation, man, it doesn't scare me anymore. It doesn't worry me anymore. I think Booker just needs way more around him. Jalen Green was on fire last night. I mean, on fire is shooting below 50% on 29 shots. Jalen Green took the most shots. He had 35 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 turnovers, and he shot 14 for 29 from the field, 2 for 7 from deep. Jordan Goodwin obviously gave up an easy bucket to Denny Avdia late in the game. It's very, I think Devin Booker just needs to play with a real point guard because this ain't working. It was fun. People were hurt throughout the season. I think if they had Grayson Allen, things would have went different. In case you guys don't know, Grayson Allen is incredibly important to this team. And I know some casuals might think like I'm talking crazy. I'm not talking crazy, man. The Phoenix Suns were averaging for like 3 months this season over 40 threes per game. Over 40 threes a game attempted. Bro, last night they only attempted 25. 25 threes. These are Pistons numbers. 9 for 25. They just got outshot from deep. 9 for 25. Bro, when they have Grayson Allen, I'm telling you, they start attempting over 40 threes a night. For people saying that Book needs to come to Detroit, wouldn't surprise me all that much. He is from Michigan. He is a huge Detroit fan, both basketball, football, and baseball. So it wouldn't surprise me, but that contract is just way too much. $72 million. 72 million. As far as the bench goes, man, Rolls-Royce played he did what Rolls-Royce does. 7 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. He was a dog. But man, Colin Gillespie with his worst game of the season, and that's where it hurts. Worst game of the season from our former two-way guy, Colin Gillespie, man. That was his worst game of the season. I'm not exaggerating. 20 minutes. He was 1 for 4, only had 5 points. Disappointing, man. Disappointing. To have your worst game of the season in the playing game, you can see the lights being very bright, like a Con Knipple, like a Colin Gillespie. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. The Suns sold this game away. The Suns sold this game away. I think if you lined up both teams health-wise, I think if the Blazers were healthy and the Suns were healthy, I think the Blazers finish above the Suns. That's just my opinion. You can have a different one. That's okay. This is a great game. Honestly, if you guys missed it, I highly recommend you guys go to YouTube and watch this game. Watch it back because it was absolutely incredible. Now, guys, now that we got that taken care of, the Phoenix Suns move down and we'll play the winner of the Clippers and Warriors, which we got to talk about here shortly. And then the Portland Trailblazers, as I said, move on and will verse the San Antonio Spurs in the second round. Again, guys, if you are enjoying today's stream, be sure to swing on into the Twitch stream. That's Jay-Z Uncut on Twitch. It's a much better viewing experience over here, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, let's preview our games for tonight. You excited? It's Orlando versus Philadelphia. Who you got, y'all? Who you got? I'm going to talk about my X factors in this game. I'm going to talk about things to look out for and trends that I see. The Philadelphia 76ers are favored by 1.5 points. So I wouldn't really count that as a favored to win. They're expecting this game to be a dogfight. They're expecting this one to be a dogfight. Okay. Now, who do I believe will win this game? Well, I think it comes down to a couple components here. Okay. I think it comes down to a couple different components here. Whew. Well, number one, who's going to dominate the glass? Who's going to do it? Is it going to be Wendell Carter Jr.? Is Franz playing tonight? Or is Adem Bona and Andre Drummond going to do it? Do we know? Can my Magic fans tell me? Is Franz Wagner available tonight? Because I have no idea. I'm sure he is available. I know he got hurt again in the last game. Is he available? Because I don't know. Because that changes a lot for me. I don't know if he's available. I'm being told yes by the TikTok, but we all know TikTok, chat. We know not to trust them. But yeah, we'll see. Somebody in the TikTok said NBA analyst doesn't know status of players. Brother, I'm an NBA analysis. Thank you. I didn't know I was an NBA analyst. I appreciate it, bro. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, TikTok. That's a big I know you meant it as an insult, but that's a big compliment. I appreciate you, man. Okay, so he's on a minutes restriction. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so I mean that doesn't really change a whole lot for me. I believe the Orlando Magic will win this game and verse the Boston Celtics in the first round. That's my guess. Yes, the Philadelphia 76ers are only favored by 1.5 points, but I do have the Orlando Magic winning. The only thing that I could see happening in the Philly side, ladies and gentlemen, that's playoff P. Some call them pandemic P. Guys, I mean, let's look at both rosters. Who has the most playoff experience out of everybody on these teams, man? That's Paul George. Guys, in case you don't know, Paul George, let's look at Paul George's last 10 games after a suspension. He is averaging 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Let's check out those shooting splits. 3-point percentage is 41.5%. Let's just say 42% from deep, 47% from the field. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know what Paul George is capable of. We all know, okay? He's got that playoff experience, okay? Not just that. Tyrese Maxey also turns up in the playoffs. Tyrese Maxey is indeed a playoff riser. My only issue is, does Tyrese Maxey still have some left in the tank? Does he still have some left in the tank? Because as you guys know, post All-Star break, His numbers have been dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. Of course, he had that injury. But even with that injury, he still has played the most minutes in the entire NBA. The most minutes in the entire NBA, even with missing that stretch of 3 weeks, bro. How do you miss 3 weeks of NBA basketball and still lead the league in minutes, guys? Now, is VJ Edgecombe? Are the lights too bright, or can he do it tonight? Can he do it? It's going to be interesting to see. My X factor for the Orlando Magic, I think you guys can all agree with me when I say this, and I hate to call him an X factor, but he's going to have to be the X factor tonight, man. Desmond Bane has been averaging 20 points per game. Desmond's going to need 30 plus for them to win this game. He's going to need 30 plus. He's going to need it because, of course, as you guys know, Embiid is out with appendicitis. Desmond Bane's going to be their X factor, man. He's going to have to be their star. He's going to have to be their X factor. He's going to have to do something that he hasn't done that frequent. I mean, he's been doing exactly what they traded for him. You know, he needs at least 3, 4, 5 threes, drive to the hoop, and just keep the ball out of Paolo Banchero's hand as much as possible in the clutch. I think you guys all saw those trending stats of Paolo Banchero's stats in clutch time. He's the worst player in clutch in the entire NBA. So, all in all, I do have to say, I think this is going to be very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting. The Orlando Magic lose this game, they'll have to play the Charlotte Hornets. The Philadelphia 76ers lose this game, they're going to have to play the Charlotte Hornets. And I don't think either of these teams want to play the Charlotte Hornets. So this is a must-win for both of these teams. My prediction is the Magic winning. Even though the Magic feel like they've given up on their season, they're still my prediction in winning. I've gone over my X factors for both teams. I think Jalen Suggs will try to play his best on Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. It's going to be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be very interesting. I think Philly might have too much offensive firepower versus the Magic, but we'll see, man. I know Jalen Suggs has a brain full of rocks, but he can still play defense. He can still play defense, okay? I don't know what the hell kind of garbage comment I just got in my Twitch stream. What's going on, brother? I'm a sports content creator on TikTok. Just live yourself. You truly are amazing. Don't ever lose the love you have for sports, my man. Now, tell me in that comment where it was necessary to advertise that you are a sports content creator on TikTok. You had to compliment me, but you had to start it off with advertising for yourself. Nick, that's some loser ass shit. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and talk about our next game for tonight. It's going to be a good one, y'all. It's going to be a good one. Our next game for tonight is the Warriors versus Clippers. The Clippers are favored by 4.5 points. Can I be honest with all of you? Ah, man, I'm getting banned on TikTok for what I just said. TikTok, I got to unfortunately end that stream. If you guys want more of this show, be sure to come through to the Twitch stream because we are not done yet. I have to end the TikTok because I'm getting banned right now on TikTok. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Much love to all of y'all on the TikTok. We are still live on Twitch. I got to read this message. Hey, Spotify, YouTube, you guys are about to hear some funny ass shit. He said, I was giving you credit. No, you lost a supporter. Go fuck yourself. Hey, Nick, eat my fucking brajol, you dumbass motherfucker. Eat my brajol. I'm a content creator, but you're also a good content creator. Hold my entire ball sack, buddy. Hold it. The YouTube channel isn't monetized yet, and neither is the Spotify. So that's why, if you guys are wondering why I'm swearing, that's why they are not monetized yet. So I can't get demonetized for talking that way. Okay. That's why. Now, guys, let's move on to our next game. That's the Warriors and Clippers. And I got to be honest with everybody watching. I hope you are enjoying our family-friendly show, by the way, guys. Warriors, Clippers. It's time for honesty. I'm not looking forward to this game whatsoever. In fact, I'm probably going to miss it. I'm probably going to fall asleep before this game starts. I probably am. I will watch this game back this morning. I'm probably not going to watch more than the first quarter of this game. I'm just like so out on the Warriors. Curry, Draymond, everybody's on a minutes restriction tonight. According to Steve Kerr, he's not playing them more than 32 minutes. So if that's the case, if that's the true case for the Warriors and what they're doing this season, they're mailing it in. They don't care. They don't. Steph Curry, if you are playing 32 minutes, I expect 32 shots up. I'm not exaggerating. Steph, take a shot every time you touch the ball. Not exaggerating whatsoever. That's what I want. That's what all the fans around the world want. If you're playing 32 minutes, take 32 shots. Hell, I'll take 35, really. If you want, just take it the second that you are open. Take it the second the ball enters your palms. Just shoot. Just shoot. That's the only way you guys have a chance at winning. Will Richard is not going to get it done in the playing game. Guy Santos is not going to get it done. DeAnthony Melton, he could get it done. Quinton Post, he's not going to get it done. On the other side, we have Kawhi Leonard and Darius Garland and Brook Lopez. I mean, look, I have the Clippers winning this game. Could something different happen? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I could see the Warriors winning if they are just firing from all cylinders and Curry's getting the ball swinging. Curry's getting everybody else involved. I could see the Clippers losing. But Steve Kerr coming out and saying that he's playing Curry on everybody else on a minutes restriction, that sort of just tells me the Warriors are done. They're not trying. They don't care. And here's the thing, man. The winner of this game, and then, you know, they will verse the Suns. You're going to verse the Thunder. Do either of these teams want to verse the Thunder? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll tell y'all this. This is going to sound like a hater, but honestly, there are no Warriors fans out there anymore. I don't know where they're at. So I'm going to say this, and I hope I don't sound like a hater, guys. So just please be gentle with what I'm about to say. I'm so sick of watching the Warriors. I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of it. And it's not because like I hate Curry. It's not because I hate Draymond. I love both those guys. Love both of them as players. All year long, they were on national television. And I'm watching lineups of Pat Spencer, Guy Santos, DeAnthony Melton, Quinton Post, Will Richard. I'm watching these lineups day in and day out. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of getting this team shoved down my throat. The moment Curry got injured, they should have flexed all of those games. They should have flexed them for any other team in the NBA. I would have been fine with watching it. The team's they're not good. Can they beat the Clippers? Yeah, they can. But their season was over the moment Jimmy Butler went down, and that's why it sucks. Their season was over the moment he went down. And, man, I think they won like 12 of their last 13 or 13 of their last 14 before Butler went down. That's why this sucks. I think Moose in my Twitch chat said it best. They are dying a slow death after Butler went down. I fully agree. My pick is the Clippers. I think Kawhi is just going to be Kawhi. I think they have more a consistent defense. I got the Clippers winning. Y'all let me know who you guys got winning, whether it's the Magic 76ers or Clippers Warriors. Let me know in the chat right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's pretty obvious who my stud of the night is. Whether it's, I mean, there were some options. It could have been Kobe White, could have been LaMelo Ball, could have been Khalil Ware. Hell, it could have been Jalen Green or Devin Booker, but I think we all agree they were the underdogs. And I got to give it to Denny Avdia. He played incredible last night. He dropped, I got to get his exact lineup. He dropped 41 points in 38 minutes, 7 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 blocks, plus 13 on the court, 15 for 22 from the field, and 8 for 13 from the free throw line. And I got to be honest, everybody. His playmaking, and that's what I've been talking about for the majority of this year when I discussed the Portland Trailblazers. His playmaking has taken such a tremendous leap that I never thought Denny Avdia would obtain. I thought he would just be an off-ball scorer. That couldn't be any, like, honestly, his scoring ability isn't even the best part about him right now. It's his versatility. It's the fact that he can drive and kick. It's the fact that he can operate out of a pick and roll off ball or on ball. It's crazy. Yeah, Denny Avdia had a really good game last night, and that's why he's my stud of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some good games tonight. We talked about them. We broke them down. I think in Friday's episode, you guys do not want to miss it. Obviously, we're going to be live tomorrow. We're going to break down these games and their outcomes, right? And then we're going to predict the next 2 games as well for the play-in, which I believe is Thursday night, right? or is it Friday night? No, the playoffs begin Saturday. So this game, it'll be Friday. I don't know. Whatever it is, Friday, we are going to be discussing all of the playoff matchups, okay? So who the Pistons are playing, who the Celtics are playing, who the Thunder are playing, who the Spurs are playing. We're going to discuss the Timberwolves Nuggets. We're going to discuss the Rockets Lakers. We're going to discuss the Cavs Raptors, and we're going to discuss the Knicks Hawks. So I hope you guys are excited for that. It's going to be a banger episode. It's going to be a long episode, and I hope you guys can strap in and get ready. We got some awesome episodes coming for y'all. These playoffs are going to be absolutely insane. The offseason is going to be very, very enjoyable, so I don't want you guys to think that the offseason, there will be less shows, but the shows will still be premium content. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, podcast listeners, be sure to leave a 5-star rating and review. Twitch chat, don't go anywhere. If you guys want to talk any more about hoops or anything, I will still be live for a little bit. I appreciate y'all so very much for watching. I got nothing left to say except for thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And as always, guys, thank you for watching slash listening. And I will catch you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern for the podcast. And good luck to your teams if you got a dog in the fight. All right? Have a good one, everybody.